Join me in this Day 2 Disneyland Paris vlog where I'll be heading into the studios an hour early with my extra magic time, looking at the future of Walt Disney Studios Park and its upcoming transformation into Disney Adventure World. We'll be eating a lot more food, riding a lot more rides, and having a big Phantom Mountain marathon on an atmospheric stormy night. Feel free to use the chapters I placed in the video progress bar to watch the segments that most interest you, and with that being said, hold on to your hats and glasses, because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Yeah!
Good morning from Val d'Europe. Is it Val d'Europe? Not Val d'Europe? I feel like Val d'Europe is a very British way to say it. I speak a very small amount of French. Not the most. Today is day 2 at Disneyland Paris. We're about to get the bus from here to the park. Yesterday I got my Gold Disneyland Pass, which entitles me to an hour of early magic time. Entitles makes me sound like I'm a Karen. I'm entitled to this extra hour. You will let me on Crush Coaster. So yeah, gonna head off now. It's quite early at 7 because the magic time runs from 8:30 to 9:30 and then they let in day guests. It'll be interesting to see how busy it is because last time I did early magic time, the gold annual pass at the time, which was Magic Plus, and the Infinity Pass used to let you in early. That was like 3 years ago. And it used to get quite slammed because hotel guests can get in early as well. I'm kind of curious to see now they've kind of priced out a lot of annual pass holders and only have it on this top tier, which is now gold. Infinity doesn't exist, which was €699 when I bought it yesterday compared to the $299 it used to be. I'm kind of curious to see whether or not it's going to be heaving or not, or if it's going to be a little quieter than I'm used to. So come along and find out with me. We'll get the bus and then yeah, I think probably do studios to head to Crush Coaster. That's always a good idea because it's probably the slowest loading ride across park, and when it's open for early magic time, if you manage to get in there, you got to make the most of it. Also, yesterday's vlog I had my big boy Coleman, which I got in Tokyo. When I was out there I also bought this Mickey Mouse one, so I've now switched just the essentials into this bag for today. Another quick note, I was so tired last night, I didn't really explain properly, but yeah, this morning this shower was really hot. Also, I didn't really explain that we've got this fridge and a whole sort of kitchenette area, as it's a proper studio in my accommodation. I'll probably, let me put the address on screen if you guys want it. I'll put up the booking.com title, its name. Well, it's just the hotel's name in general. Got a nice place to hang your shirts and jackets over here. Love my new Guinness shirt from Abercrombie & Fitch. Love that suede collar. Very nice. And then this bed was incredibly comfy. Well, it's 2 singles. I think you can request a double. I didn't bother putting in a request because I just sprawled out across the 2 of them anyway. Yeah, TV as well. And then, as I said last night, there's a terrace area, but it's still quite dark outside, so I can't see much going on. But yeah, gonna head out now to get the bus. So I pressed buy a ticket, but it's not working. Oh god, there we go. I got incredibly flustered just then because the bus suddenly was looming in the distance as I was trying to show you how to do the bus tickets. I'll show you how to do that tomorrow. But nice and easy, now we're already parked up in Disney Village, or kind of next to the train station here. And then we walk straight into the security area, which is nice then parking up. When you park up, you're down that pathway down there, and it takes a while to walk down the pathways. So nice to be in the heart of it already. There is no one here so far. Oh, I don't know if security will even be open, because obviously most of the hotel guests who now have early magic hours will just come from the hotels through Disney Village. So it's just gold annual pass holders who will be here at this time. There's a few people scattered around there. We've got about 40 minutes until the park opens for early magic time. Let's hope I actually get let in, as it will be the first time my pass will be validated. If you saw yesterday's vlog, I had to keep showing this piece of paper to get in. Oh, the Tower looks so good in the gloomy grey sky. But yeah, let's find out what the situation is. Might try and pop into Disney Village for some breakfast. Quite hungry and I've still got a while to opening. Let's see how the crowds are looking. Looks very magical with the lights reflecting on the wet floor. So they've just got 2 gates open and a accessibility gate as well on the left. They open the security gates at 5 to 9, good to know. God, it looks so good when the rain's all over the floor and all the pretty yellow lights are reflected in it. I think we'll go for studios. Is anyone else? Oh, there are some people. Feels like I'm not allowed to be down here, it's so quiet. We're in, and they used all the gates, just to let you know. So I don't know how they differentiate between hotel guests and annual pass holders, but there you go. Presumably I got here so early that they check on the way in. Usually they'll put a barrier up before you even get to that plaza to direct you. Here we go. Crush Coaster. And let's remember, we got to go straight on today and then take a right. Glad I did my reconnaissance yesterday instead of barging straight down to the right like I usually would and then being met by Wall Park Studios, as you can't go that way at the moment. Ah, nice and warm in here. As I said yesterday, love this new world premiere. Looks great. Definitely going to be eating there today. Oh, they do breakfast. Bask in the elements of an exclusive garden party. Ooh, maybe I'll come back there. I've got to get on Crush first. I presume that's where most people will be going. That's usually the case. I'm worried I'm going to get copyright struck this video. Oh dear. Oh, see, they can't go that way. Oh, that's nice. That's nice that staff members stopped them. That is good. Alrighty, I'll film when I get a little closer. I wonder what will happen when Frozen opens. Are they going to have that for early magic time? And you're just going to see everyone do a 100-meter sprint all the way down to the bay? Or is Crush Coaster still going to pull the crowds? So you have to go all the way to this Toy Story Playland entrance and then hook a right, and then you're on the pathway back to Crush at the moment with the fences up. It's time to ride the EAC, dude! Crush Coaster is a marathon spinner coaster like Dragon's Fury at Chessington World of Adventures for those who are British theme park fans, but is obviously themed to Finding Nemo, and we ride on Crush's shell to take on the East Australian current. Oh, sorry. Oh, people going crazy there. Getting up. Everyone wants to get on the Crush. They know you've got to get on it now or never. By now or never, I mean, you've got to get on it at the start of the day. Otherwise, it's going to take you a good 2 hours to get on it later in the day. Always gets one of the longest lines because it's one of the slowest loading rides. It's amazing how many people are in front of me, considering I was the first one through the turnstile. Shows you how keen people are to run for Crush.
Friends.
They've just put Crush on a 45-minute queue already, and I was probably on the 8th shell of the day, 9th or 10th maybe. That's fun. That ride is a lot of fun. All you missed in the actual POV I just did is once you get to the top of that lift hill, there's just a sort of indoor roller coaster gravity section of the ride, which is a lot of fun still, where you're riding the current itself. They play some nice music, there's a few lights going. A lot of fun, love that ride. I might try and ride RC Racer if it's open, but it looks like there's no one here, so maybe Toy Story Playland doesn't open anymore. I guess not, for early magic time. Yeah, the old tactic used to be you do Crush and then do RC Racer because it's got one of the, also one of the slowest loading rides in the park, and yet it's very popular. We're gonna see what else. I think Rats is open, Ratatouille, but I can always single ride at that at any point really. So I might see if Tower of Terror is open. Yeah, let's see if that's, oh it is, I just saw a shaft go. We'll do Tower of Terror then. Now that's atmospheric with the rain coming down in the grey sky. Exciting times. Straight into the pre-show, here we go.
On an evening very much like the one we have just witnessed. Tonight's story of the Twilight Zone is somewhat unique and calls for a different kind of introduction. This, as you may recognize, is a maintenance service elevator, still in operation, waiting for you. We invite you, if you dare, to step aboard, because in tonight's episode, you are the star, and this elevator travels directly to the Twilight Zone.
I just scanned my pass on here, which is pretty good. Nice. This is the shop you exit out into. I said yesterday in the vlog that I think you're no longer allowed to film in there. Oh, I like that Stitch plushie. You're no longer allowed to film in there. And he said it again today, so definitely a rule. Thank you. Definitely a rule for everyone, that one, not just that guy saying it yesterday. I'm sure, yeah. I don't know if it's always been the case, or I guess usually I don't really pay attention because I'm not filming it, but there you go. Illegal footage is now being taken on Tower of Terror, I guess, if you see people filming on there. I think just logistically it makes sense now going to Avengers Campus now that you have to exit Tower of Terror this way. If we went back the other way, the closest thing we'd have would be Crush's Coaster and Toy Story Playland again, and Playland doesn't open until 9:30. But yeah, that Tower of Terror is a lot of fun. There's 3 settings on that, or 3 different stories. I think the settings always change as in exactly kind of what height it goes to and how many times it switches direction, etc. But 3 different storylines. I keep getting the same one on there. On the 2, well, I say keep saying, I've already had 2 rides. Don't be pedantic, Max, come on. Oh, it looks like Flight Force isn't open. Oh god, I'll have to just do Spider-Man then. Glad I'm not waiting in all that cattle pen again today. But these are the concrete walls I was talking about yesterday. Not the most charming of queue lines. So there's 2 doors in the back area. You could go through that one or this one. No one ever knows which one's going to open, so it's always a bit of a toss-up. Which at least spreads the crowds a bit more rather than everyone bustling up against one door. But then in this room, everyone tries to bustle at that door, because that's where you exit through at the back left. On this side, and I presume it's the back right on the other side.
pris pour aujourd'hui, Peter. Tu m'impressionnes. Asseyez-vous et déguistez.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but web slingers is really growing on me. I'd forgotten that you could actually sort of shoot at debris around the ride, like wooden crates and panels and stuff, and then fling them in the direction you want them to fly. And it's actually quite responsive in doing that. I think the system gets a little weak when you aim up. The webs don't follow exactly where you're aiming, but down low it's very good at actually following the path you want it to follow. I was trying to purposely target some, and I'd be able to hit them each time instead of it just kind of flying off in every other which direction. And also I enjoyed the pre-show. I like the fact that you could actually believe this would happen. We were on this Avengers campus for a tour. Suddenly it goes wrong and you've got these replicating little spider robots. You've got these web-slinging vehicles. So you, as guests on the campus, would help out to try and help Spider-Man get rid of these robots. Because it's not like, oh guys, you're on Avengers campus, you may as well help us kill Thanos, you know. Or like Avengers Assemble Flight Force, where you're suddenly launched into space to help divert this Kree missile. That you could truly believe would happen, like, oh, we've got these machines, you can shoot webs, like the robots aren't the most dangerous things on Earth, they're just a nuisance, right? So you would be like, everyone get in, help me take down these robots. So I like that it's quite diegetic and believable. To clarify, I'm not saying all rides have to be believable. Obviously there should be elements of the fantastical, but considering they wanted to keep it very kind of diegetic and you're on this campus, etc., as the theme, a mundane campus, then it makes sense that it would be a mundane story which suddenly takes a turn and you need to help out, as opposed to like Avengers Assemble Flight Force where you're suddenly shot to space. Oh, the other thing though I want to say about that ride, they've got the same animation they have for the California one. So you go into Guardians of the Galaxy's Mission Breakouts themed room, which I've never liked. I think they should have made a different room for the Paris one so it felt more diegetic with the land, but there you go. It's about to turn 9:30, looks like people have the same idea as me. Head to Toy Story Playland, ready for these rides to open. This is for parachute drop, but I think I'll go for RC Racer, considering that will be the worst queue later on. This doesn't look too bad, probably about 3 cars worth. I probably won't bother joining single rider, just join the main queue to show you that, although there's not much about it. It's just a cattle pen.
Os deseamos que paséis un día muy agradable.
Welcome to Walt Disney Studios Park. For the safety and comfort of all, please walk to your first destination. Thank you and have a wonderful day. We heten jullie van harte welkom in het Walt Disney Studios Park.
Maar nooit hier zit ik even.
Vroom. These trees have really grown in well over the years, all shaped to cones. Very nice. This is the turn-off point usually where you can go left for single riders, but I'm gonna join the main queue this time to show you what that big old cattle pen looks like. Wow. Aren't you glad I joined this queue so you could see this elaborate theming? There's no photo or video on that one either. I reckon they've had a lot of issue with obviously the TikTok generation, as it were. Filming away and trying to get their reels, etc. Because they've got loads of stickers saying no phones in hands basically on all the rides. Or yeah, so I guess that's why they're trying to cut down on the filming across the rides. Gonna try and give Parachute Drop a go as well before the crowds sneak in, and then maybe some breakfast as I'm starving. But RC Racer was good fun. A lot of people moan about the fact it's a short cycle. I'd get sick if it was any longer, if you've seen any of my other vlogs, so I'm kind of okay with the fact that it's short. No queue for single rider, and it already filled up inside the cabin, so I think I'm just going to go for this one. Well, inside the bunker. I don't know why I'm calling it a cabin. We're in an army now. At least this ride I won't need my hood up, considering it's got hoods attached. That's the world of Frozen and Adventure Bay down there. And these are all the themed bins coming. I must have got the luckiest seat for views of this. And then this is the new pathway that's going to connect Toy Story Land to it. God, I mean, it really is going to double the size of this park. And then Lion King will be there in the future. You'll have the Frozen Mountain there, and then the Pride Land's there. What a great seat to have for that view. That was amazing. Very excited for all those expansions to come, starting in spring with Frozen and Adventure Bay. I was also just thinking, if you ride parachute drop at night and you're on the right seat, you're going to have a lovely view of whatever nighttime show comes as well, with the drones which they're going to use from what we've seen in teasers, because they're going to have a nighttime show on the lake area at the end of the bay. Very exciting. Crowds are coming in now. There's no real advantage if I do anything else right now, because I can do Ratatouille on single rider and Flight Force on single rider and get on those quite quickly. So, oh, look at this. The Frozen show they've got here is already full. The 10:30, when's that? Half an hour time and it's already full. Oh dear, so I'll have to get there early when I want to do that at some point. Yeah, I just looked at the app and saw the Plaza Garden restaurant in here does breakfast. I don't know if anywhere else does. Oh, there's a little hut there. Looks like Mickey waffles. I just want to eat something, so I'll see. I'll have a little look, try and work it out. I'm not sure if you can use your annual pass discount on these screens. Oh, hang on, it even said, did it? If you're eligible for a discount or are using meal plan coupons, please place your order directly at the cash register. Yeah, I'll have to do that instead then. But I'll show you the menu while I'm here. Breakfast deal, you get a croissant, or it can be a pan au choc for €7 with a hot drink and a Minute Maid, so that's pretty good. And then €2 each for the croissants individually. Mickey cookie, $3.80, oh, it's quite yummy. Fruit bag, if you're into that kind of... Why is it €4 for that? And we wonder why we're big as a people. So I was directed behind me to these where it says discount meal plan or coupons. All these tills were technically closed, but then a lady came over to help me, but I was gestured towards there by the lady at the front. Right, so I had to get to the coffee machine, and that coin I just showed you on the tray, I had to put into the machine, and then you press your drink first, then you put it into the machine to get one drink. So all of this was meant to be €7, it ended up being $5.95 because of my 15% off from the annual pass. This was originally a bit warm, now it's gone cold because I waited a while for the coffee machine, but I'm going to dip it in the hot chocolate so it'll be alright. And my goodness, I have to say, that's an industrial sized apple juice, 330 millilitres. Not like the one I had yesterday on the plane had a little small orange juice which was 100 millilitres from Minute Maid. They also have upstairs seating. So I'm on the higher balcony. There's that main neon light if you want to get out to the park. Very nice. Okay, so Ultimate Hack, that's the queue for one of the coffee machines. The other one's just there, has an equally long queue. There's one at the very end, at the end here upstairs. So just come upstairs with your cup if you come for breakfast here. I will most definitely be using this coffee machine with absolutely no line next time I come, as opposed to waiting again in that 15-20 minute queue. Also, on the walls, I love all these paintings they've got. Yet again, continuing with that theme of the Burbank studio itself. And these little lights on the star cloth do sparkle slightly. They glimmer, they kind of go dim and then bright again. Very nice restaurant, and great to get out the cold as well. Very, very nice. That hot chocolate was a real treat. The croissants were only €2, so if you wanted an extra one, I mean, I only paid $5.85 for, or $5.95 for the pleasure of the meal deal I had. I'd happily pay an extra €2 for another croissant, with a 15% on that as well. It's more like, what, 170-ish? I find it funny when you come out of world premiere, you've got all these posters which I was saying how much I loved yesterday, but Cars Road Trip is in the middle. Like that's the greatest sort of signature attraction for this park. I'm just heading back to Avengers Campus. I have that readmission ticket from Avengers Flight Force for today, but I don't know if I'll use it. I'll see what the single rider queue looks like. But then I suppose if I do the readmission, I presume I'll go on Premier Access and get to see the pre-show, whether if you do single rider you go straight to the station, I think. The rain really isn't letting up here, so I'm sorry for any little water spots which might appear. I saw in the background of that last shot I took there was a big old blob. I doubt I'll even need Premier Access for this right now, considering it's still quite early in the day and it's not the most popular attraction here. I went for the Premier Access with my readmission. There was a 15-minute queue, but when I next do it, I'll just do single rider anyway.
Maintenant, balance la sauce dans les répulseurs.
Repulsors augmented. Consider your hands juiced.
Je suis prêt, c'est à moi ou vous parlez?
We've got a situation. As you know, Kree warheads are headed our way, and we need your help.
Ne vous inquiétez pas. J'ai créé un transpondeur qui va tromper le système de guidage des missiles et faire en sorte d'être pris pour cible. Ces transpondeurs sont chargés dans les véhicules hypersoniques de la Flight Force. Votre mission, piloter ces véhicules et détourner les missiles de la Terre.
Right. You'll be joining us on the mission. Tony's built a transponder that the missile's targeting system will lock onto. He's loaded the transponders into his hypersonic vehicles. So you'll fly the hypersonics and draw the missiles away from the planet. That's when Heavy Metal and I can do our thing.
Pretty sure you're not allowed to film on that one either, but no one tells you not to film. But they now have, yet again, stickers with the no phones in hand sort of thing, which to me I think implies no filming of any kind. I guess they wanted to get rid of all the old stickers which used to say, you know, with a, well, not say, but it would have a camera with a cross through it. I suppose in this day and age cameras are the phones, so it's confusing for a man with a camera like me now, where I go, well, does that include cameras or just mobile phones? But I suppose everyone switched to mobile phones, so that's why they, that's the implication, I guess, if you see that sticker with no mobile phones, it probably means no filming. Where once it would have been a camera with a red line through, now it's a phone with a red line through. Oh, yeah, that Avengers Assemble Flight Force, I am enjoying, but yeah, there's still some dead spots. And I think the music needs to pump a little more during the ride. It's good on the brake run, when it's like da 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 da, you know, the Avengers theme, but yeah, I could do with it pumping a bit more during the ride itself, but maybe that's just me really missing Rock and Roller Coaster where the music never stopped, baby. This is Pim's test kitchen where all the food comes out different sizes, so you get very small mini burgers and giant pretzels which hang on that thing there. I've still not been. I used to come here all the time when it used to be a it was actually a Ratatouille themed buffet restaurant once upon a time before they opened up the Ratatouille area. And then I think it went to a more generic theme before it has now switched to Hank Pym's test kitchen. Would love to eat here, but yeah, I don't know about doing a buffet on my own. I'd be worried my chair would get taken while I'm at the buffet stand. I don't know. I mean, obviously it wouldn't happen. It'd be absolutely fine. But yeah, I think it'd be a bit bizarre maybe doing a buffet solo. As I said, you keep getting up and then by the time you come back, someone's nicked your cutlery or something because no one's there to save your spot. But one of the days I would like to do a sit-down proper restaurant meal. I mean, they're all sit-down eat, but I mean a sort of silver service meal. Maybe at Bistro Chez Rémy or Captain Jack's. I've still never done Captain Jack's, which is the restaurant inside of Pirates of the Caribbean. So maybe, stay tuned, we've still got a few more days of vlogs to come. We're gonna head to Ratatouille to escape the rain. But have a look at this concept art. There's the Rapoint's Tangled Spin, the spinner ride. You've got this wave swinger which is going to be themed to up, and then the bay itself at the end, and then on the other side of the bay you'll have Frozen, and then you'll have the Lion King on the left. But I can't wait, as I said, just to have more nature and trees in this park. But once upon a time it was all just temporary scaffolding. Soon we'll feel like Animal Kingdom, obviously not that much, I exaggerate. And then here's the Rapoint's Tangled Spin, themed to Rapunzel, which will be a cute little ride. I do worry that those rides are going to get 1 hour queues, the Wave Swinger and Rapoint's Tangled Spin. They'll be the kind of rides which long term will be nice little filler attractions, but to begin with it will not be fun competing with those crowds. And this is the Regal View restaurant, which will be a princess dining, character dining experience. Oh blimey, look at this. This Ratatouille queue is external, all the way out here in that cattle pen. Single rider says 5 minutes, so definitely we'll be heading in that direction. I said it's a shame because there is one little scene in the queue line which you see much better if you're in the main queue, which I do like, where you're on the rooftop at Gusto's while looking out onto the Gustos. You're on the Parisian rooftops, but yeah, not worth 45 minutes just to see that bit of queue when I could get on in 5 minutes in single rider. That's the main queue hiding just behind there, so we get a nice view of that section. I didn't film a POV that time because I filmed quite a comprehensive one from the front row yesterday, so if you'd like to watch that, do check it out in the day one vlog. Yeah, 2D again. They've got 2D on at the moment. I don't know if that's a permanent change or not, but I think I do prefer it because it makes me feel a little less ill in some of the sections, and also you can enjoy the practical sets that there are a little more because you're not sort of under darkened vision with the 3D goggles. And it means that for a POV you guys can enjoy it more as well from home as well, so that's always a win. In yesterday's vlog, not this one. And the other thing I wanted to say about that is I would like Ratatouille more if in the screen section the rat did more of this and sort of jiggled a bit more. Jiggly little Remy. Because that's the only thing which I think lets it down, is in the screen section you're just kind of static and the camera's doing all the work for you. You wouldn't need to move much in the rat itself to simulate the motion to really make you feel like you're in it instead of just watching the screen. But apart from that, I do like rats a lot. Sorry, I keep calling it rats because my big brother always says, let's go to Disneyland and ride rats, because he loves it. But yeah, good ride, great ride. There's half an hour until the next show here and it's already full, and people are waiting for the 12:45, which is in an hour and 15. So yeah, I gotta work out a strategy another day to do Frozen, I think, because I might park hop now. Love all these little statues. Hercules, more like Uncules. Mulan, Genie, Tarzan over there, Dumbo, and then the main man himself, Sorcerer Mickey. Before I park hop, I might just look inside the old animation celebration. Here you have a drawing academy, a meet and greet, I believe, yeah, with Olaf, according to that picture, and the Zoetrope, which is this interesting optical illusion with Toy Story characters on it. So let's have a look inside, shall we? Oh wow, if you wanted to meet Olaf today, it's already fully booked. I think it's a virtual queue type thing you do on the app.
In the old days, this space used to have loads of different interactive things you could do, like learning to paint the characters electronically and stuff. Oh, and here, I didn't know this was here. We've got a model of Adventure Bay. Disney Adventure World, coming 2026. The name change from Studios. Oh, so they are on the Eiffel Tower. It is going to change. It's going to say Disney Adventure World. So they're keeping the tower, but they're just going to get rid of the Walt Disney Studios name. Still got Aladdin there, Crush Coaster, Toy Story Playland, but down the centre, you're going to walk straight down into the world of Frozen at the back, and long term, the Lion King as well. And we get a little closer here. So there's the Frozen show building for the ride. I think there's going to be a restaurant probably and a meet and greet. And then yeah, there's the Lion King log flume, which unconfirmed when that'll be arriving. I do love this model. It's funny, you see how big the footprint for Cars Road Trip is, even though they shortened the journey time of the tram tour when they changed it to Cars Road Trip. It's still such a huge footprint, which I presume they'll do something else with long term once they've used up all that space around the lake. But yeah, wow, how exciting. And then you've got the wave swinger, the up wave swinger, and the Rapunzel Tangled Spin. And then supposedly there's going to be some nice little gardens you can walk around, I think based around the English Disney characters, if memory serves me correctly. Very, very exciting. Stick around on Big Thunder Maximus to see us cover the opening of that next year. The upcoming Lion King themed area will immerse guests in the heart of the African savannah, where the majestic Pride Rock will be the backdrop for a unique aquatic attraction. Guests will be invited to relive the adventures of Simba on his journey from cub to king in a retelling of the story from the classic animated feature film, thanks to the latest audio animatronics technology. See, when this concept art was released and they had that live action version of Simba up there on the Pride Rock, I was really concerned. But they've since released more concept art where it looks like it is actually going to be the animated characters, thank goodness. And then Adventure Bay itself, inspired by Art Nouveau architecture. Adventure Way will be an elegant promenade made up of multiple themed gardens celebrating Disney and Pixar stories such as Tangled, Up and Toy Story. At the end of the walkway, the Regal View restaurant and lounge will offer a breathtaking view of the park's various immersive worlds, which will border the majestic Adventure Bay Lake, which is going to be right in the middle there with this nighttime show. I absolutely adore Fantasmic and World of Colour, so very excited to have our own water screen fountain special effect night show. I've never before seen drone choreography. This all-new nighttime show will be performed daily on the shores of Adventure Bay and take guests on a journey through their favourite Disney stories, ending their already emotion-packed day in the most spectacular of ways. And then the world of Frozen will open wide the doors of the Kingdom of Arendelle to all guests who come to celebrate the Snowflower Festival. This new themed area will include an attraction, Frozen Ever After, which will take guests of all ages on a journey to the North Mountain, as well as a chance to share a memorable royal audience with Anna and Elsa. I'm a little confused though, because I thought it was Summer Snow Day. Or is it the Snowflower Festival? Oh, is that just for the Epcot attraction that it's Summer Snow Day? Maybe in the Hong Kong one, which has already opened, it's actually the Snowflower Festival. I will say my favourite ride in the world now is the Anna and Elsa's Frozen Journey at Tokyo Disney Sea. That was spectacular when I was out there earlier this year. But yeah, the Epcot version, which is the one we're getting here, is not as impressive, but still pretty good. And they've got bigger boats on this one because it'll be the same boats as Hong Kong, and nice animatronic faces instead of the projected faces, so that'll be good. And then you've got the Animation Academy here. This was one of my favourite things to do when I was younger, learning how to draw Mickey right now. My dad, when we were younger, this used to it would just have animation stuff in there. Now it's Frozen merchandise mainly. He bought me all the books on how to draw Mickey and Pixar characters and Lilo and Stitch characters, and yeah, I used to love drawing them. Still do a pretty good Mickey, not so good at the others anymore, if I ever was in the first place. But yeah, a lot of fond childhood memories here. And there's the man himself, Mr. Olaf, who loves warm cuddles. How very ironic. I think I remember seeing this online. I think it used to be that the Zoetrope used to be just back there, which is now where the Frozen meet and greet is, and Olaf was meeting where the preview for Disney Adventure World was. So if you want to see the Zoetrope now, you have to see the Frozen show, and I think it's in the pre-show for that, or the pre-holding area, so I'll show you that when we do Frozen on one of the other days or later today. Yeah, very much gone are the days where this was a shop for animation merchandise. It's all just Frozen now. I like that figure behind the desk, the tills. Still got sauce for Mickey up there, very cool. I do really like Frozen. I don't think it was a fad. I think some of those films which came out the last few years, people were TikTok sensationalized them, because that's the current nature of how things go viral, I suppose. And Disney have started investing in some of those properties, and I don't think they really have staying power, but Frozen has very much proven itself as one of those films which does have staying power. Same with Tangled, so I'm glad that's coming on the Adventure Bay, on the Adventure Way to the Bay as well. So this is the refurbished shop in world premiere with this nice golden Mickey statue. Very Art Deco in here. I've been seeing a lot of people wearing these fleeces and I've been very jealous. 50, oh that's not too bad. With 15% off as well. Got a Grumpy on there, I like that one. This one's Mickey from what I've seen. Yeah, I like the fact it's all embroidered as well on the front. I'm a sucker for embroidery. And then this is Stitch. Very nice. It's a very classy water bottle. I like that. 20 euros. Just stepped out of world premiere. Gonna have a look in this other shop now. The Walt Disney Studios store. I wonder if that will keep the name after the Disney Adventure World change. Hopefully, as this will be sort of this and World Premiere will be the last kind of studios themed sections of the park, so it makes sense if it did keep it as a little tribute. Quite like this, looks quite warm as well. Disneyland Paris, this is embroidered. Welcome to Hawaii. Very much doesn't feel like Hawaii out there today, but I like the fact it's corduroy. Might have to come back for that one day. This is the issue when you start looking in the shops. You want everything, and you know you've only got so much space in your bag and only so many funds to distribute. You got your Christmas ornaments and merchandise in this store as well. My dad and I have collected a lot of Christmas Disney ornaments over the years. I also used to collect a lot of pins, not so much anymore. Every now and again I will do. I do like this Peter Pan's Flight one, that's very nice. This shows you all the new pins coming for September.
One of these? Yeah, 12.
That book I just saw, The Art of Disneyland Paris, is amazing. I was just flicking through it. Some of those concept arts, what Toon Studios should have been originally, that they wanted to do a Mickey's Band coaster or a Runaway Dolly coaster, and then I guess budget cuts maybe got in the way of that one. Or I don't know, I suppose Finding Nemo's popularity as a IP took over, so Crush Coaster happened. Yet again, find myself in a bit of a pickle because I would really like that book. And I've only got so much luggage space and so much money. But the main priorities this trip are these two posters, which I'll show later on in the vlog, which I want to buy. One of Disneyland Paris' castle and Disneyland Park's castle, and one of this entrance with the Eiffel Tower for the studios. And I want to put them above my bed in my room. As recently moved into a new place and the walls are pretty bare. Disneyland Hotel looking as beautiful as ever. Let's take a stroll down Main Street and see where we end up. Definitely feeling a little quieter coming in now than it was yesterday around a similar time. I'm guessing I was, well I'm hoping at least, I was right in my prediction that yesterday was busier because you had families staying from the weekend who stayed over for the Monday. I like the fact now I've transferred over to a park which has many more dark rides than the other park. It has stopped raining. Despite the fact that I got lashed by the rain this morning when in a park with primarily outdoor attractions.
Well, that's unfair. There are quite a few indoor attractions at studios, but Toy Story Playland in the middle of the storm earlier definitely was quite something on my hair. I said it yesterday, I'll say it again. You walk down Main Street with Married Life coming on, and you know you're in for a good day. So I'm kind of feeling like a little sit down, to be honest with you, a little snack, because my legs are hurting. Oh, all these mobile things, by the way, they were for the 30th anniversary, and I guess they liked them so much that they ended up staying. I think long term they're going to go to Disney Village once all the Disney Village construction's done, from concept art we've seen. But I think they're kind of good on Main Street, really. I think it would be kind of sad to see them gone now. They definitely add to it. We're going to take a left at the main spoke. The spoke and wheel, not the main spoke, the wheel. We're going to go down the spoke to Adventureland, because I think there are some little snack stalls I could maybe buy myself a sweet little treat, or maybe a savoury snack. Let's see. I believe there's a little snack stand around here called Café de la Bruce. Something like that. Bruce's Cafe. No, it's not that kind of Bruce. Might have a look in there. I presume I don't get a discount, as it sounds to me like it's just restaurants, as in proper restaurants, as opposed to snack stands, after getting turned away for 15% yesterday when I was at that Searchlight little kiosk in World Premiere. Got a menu here. Crispy chicken bites with Lay's and a cold drink, €13. Is that more lunch though? Should I go to a proper restaurant? I kind of just want a snack. So yeah, she just confirmed for me that it's proper restaurants only, not the kiosks. These two outdoor covered areas are being used, otherwise I would have got a snack there, but don't really want to sit on a wet chair, so might head to an actual restaurant. It's getting almost that time. You've got Hakuna Matata just there, and Colonel Hathi's just over there, so maybe one of those two, but yeah, I was really just looking for a sweet treat. Sweet treat and a sit down, oh well. Okay, so I just looked on the map, and there's somewhere called Critter Coral, which I've never seen before, near the Frontierland Theatre where the Lion King show is. I don't know if the Lion King show's on at the moment actually, I need to check that. So apparently they do some sort of snacks, so I'll see if there's a seating area nearby, which would be not wet, unlike the one I was just at. The crispy chicken bites there did look good, so it's a shame that all the seating was wet outside. So there's Big Thunder Mountain, the Premier Access entrance for it, and then the Lion King Theatre, or the Frontierland Theatre, is just back here, past all these Day of the Dead decorations, and the Cowboy Cookout Barbecue. I do like the Cowboy Cookout Barbecue a lot. Last time I came, my little cousin, who was like 3 or 4 at the time, my smaller cousin, I know I said in the video yesterday the other one was older, he ate here, he had some barbecue, and he said to us, Max, there's a fire in my bum, which is still a bit of a core memory now from the Cowboy Cookout. That's what you want, Sheriff's Barbecue, smoked pork ribs, smoked chicken, grilled pork sausages with Cajun spices and barbecue sauce, and a drink, €18. That's some of the best value food you're going to get here, with your 15% off as well. What's that looking? More like €15, 13 quid? That's pretty good for all that food and a drink. I don't think the Lion King show is on at the moment, otherwise you'd probably see showtimes out here. Not the best, to be honest with you. Would be good if they did have it on, considering there's not really any other stage shows you can see here. You've got the parade, which I'll show you either today or another day, but yeah, no other stage shows. So there's the theatre. It's a lovely building they made. Well, actually they didn't make it, but they refurbished it. There was always a theatre here. I remember in my youth there used to be a Christmas show they used to do with some of the Country Bear characters, like Big Owl would show up, and it was all on snow and ice, and Mickey would come down in a slide in his Christmas costume. That was one of my favourite things as a kid, that old show they used to do. So then just instead of going left on that path to the theatre, you can go to the train station here. Train's just pulled in, but as I said yesterday, you don't really want to be waiting here, it's a bit risky.
Now that's a real steam engine right there. Oh, are they going to sneak on? Then opposite the Frontierland Theatre there was this little stall where I wanted to eat. It does not look very open to me, but I'll show you the menu. Looked like they did croque monsieurs with a little Simba face on it. Maybe they think no point selling the themed merch if you can't enjoy, well, not themed merch, themed food if you can't enjoy the themed show and the actual theatre over there at the moment. Looks like they're actually doing work, in fairness. They've got some sort of wet paint boards around it on the stairs, so I think they're painting it up at the moment. But it looked pretty good actually, but out here didn't look like there was anywhere I could sit without getting a wet bum anyway, so just as well. Minnie looking good in her cowgirl outfit there, just outside the cowboy cookout. Could get a snack at this cool post. They've got some sort of Mickey waffles with cream and a drink, but yet again I think I'd have the same situation where there'd be nowhere for me to sit covered. Oh, just there maybe? It's not the most appealing next to that ATM just there. I think we'll do a ride instead. I'll power on with my legs and then we'll have lunch because I'm not ready to just yet have a full meal. This bridge in Adventure Isle is closed as well as the Pirate Galleon at the moment. A lot of work going on down this end. Captain Hook's meeting just here. Yo ho. I wonder if Peter and Wendy just there know Captain Hook so close. Surely Peter would be ready to fight. Go around there and kick some tail. I'm doing exactly what I said I shouldn't yesterday, which is going into Fantasyland in the middle of the day. See if I can get on Snow White or Pinocchio. Pinocchio's looking external. Not a good start. Not a good start. I mean, blimey, people love Pinocchio at the moment. What is going on? I don't really see it external when I've come in Christmas time. I mean, unless they're doing work on some of the queue, so they haven't got all the cow pens open. That's bizarre. Snow White's... oh, that's quite loud. Snow White's external as well. What's going on? Although this looks a little better, I think. I think I might have to give up on doing a ride before lunch and just commit now to having some food. I think I'm going to try and see if Toad Hall has opened, the fish and chip restaurant, as I do love Mr. Toad. One of those iconic but often forgotten Disney characters. Well, of course, he wasn't originally a Disney character, being from Wind in the Willows, but I mean his animated version in the Disney film. Got Alice meeting and greeting right by the labyrinth, which is quite nice. Here's the work taking place on the theatre and the station. Bit of an eyesore at the moment, to be honest with you, when you've got such a beautiful themed land. And here's Toad Hall. Let's have some good old-fashioned English grub. Toady! Yet again, I guess I'll use this screen to show you the menu and then probably have to order at the till. Fish and chips, €12. Chicken salad, €12. Crispy plant-based bites, €12. Fries, £4 if you want that as a side. Desserts. Kids offer, kids fish and chips. But they've got this red velvet type thing there, and it's not on the actual dessert menu. Guess it's out of stock. So I got the fish and chips with a tartar sauce included for €12, €1.80 off. I'll tell you the other thing I like about going straight to the till, you can actually get your food straight away instead of waiting around, which is quite good. I don't need to wait for my order to be the collection number for return. They just give me the food to give the food to me straight away. Nice chunky chips, which is quite good. Fish is quite good. I've just had a bite, and the tartar sauce is nice. Here's the restaurant itself. Also got Toadie's car from the film and the ride in California. That is a big boy fish, and quite a few chips actually underneath. Now I've moved it. Originally didn't look like there were many. That was actually really yummy, and I'm quite picky with my fish and chips, being a Brit. And my mum and dad are both from the southwest, so we used to have a lot of fish and chips on the Devon and Cornwall coasts growing up. Well, and still to this day. But yeah, it was a treat to eat at Mr. Toad's. As I said, anything themed to those kind of obscure Disney films, like that one being The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, I go nuts for. So very happy we have this here. Although it would be nice if we had the dark ride as well. If you could somehow have the restaurant and the dark ride.
eat your food and then let it go down with a wild ride on toadies. That sounds like a good time. But yeah, good meal. The batter as well wasn't too sickly. Sometimes you get that with batter, but that was alright. If anything, there was like too much for me to eat there. I would say you could have just the one fish and chips, get an extra portion of fries and share it between two of you, and then it would be even more cost efficient. And yeah, pretty good value actually. €10 for that, I would say so. Could go for a ride on It's a Small World, but it looks pretty busy up there. Not too bad. I'm really confused as to why there's Premier Access on here now. That's such a bizarre choice from them. Same with Pirates. Just outside of Small World, you've got Goofy meeting down there and Max Goof on the other side, his son. Well, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Little father-son duo going on here. Bigger queue for Goofy though. Max, you got to step it up. Step up the popularity. This is where the parade route starts, just through those gates. At 5 o'clock the parade is at the moment, during this time of year. That's actually pretty uniform from what I remember. I think it's usually always 5 o'clock from my trips. But you can double check and make sure in the app it has all the entertainment show times in there. So we're just coming back onto Main Street from this path where the parade route starts. And this castle stage here looks like it's finally finished its refurbishment. I saw online it was being refurbished for quite a while, so hopefully they'll get some sort of entertainment back on there, considering Rhythms of the Pride Lands, that Lion King stage show, isn't on at the moment either. You've also got Snow White's Wishing Well down here, and you can take a bit of a back entrance staircase into Fantasyland. But the stage is looking fresh. Looks pretty similar to how it did before, in complete honesty. But yeah, definitely looking fresh. Looks freshly painted. Have I said fresh enough? Have I conveyed the fact I think it's fresh? I think what's so special about this castle is there's not an angle it looks bad from. Beautiful. This used to be a Disneyland Pass, what they call the annual pass hub. The sign's no longer out the front, so maybe it isn't anymore. I think they still do exclusive meet and greets for pass holders in there from time to time, but it doesn't look like there's anything on at the moment from what I can see out here. So the time has finally come this trip to enter Discoveryland. We did go past briefly on the train yesterday. The only Discoveryland in the world, although you do have Port Discovery at Tokyo Disney Sea, which I did thoroughly enjoy. That was an impressive little area. All the other Discoveryland-esque lands at the other parks are Tomorrowlands though, except this one. And here you've got the prettiest of all the Space Mountains. Not necessarily my favourite. I actually quite like the old school jankiness of Magic Kingdoms. But that is a beautiful exterior, and they've had a new lighting package on it recently as well, so I'll show you that tonight. Buzz Lightyear on the left, closed at the moment for refurbishment, unfortunately. Then when you get to the centre here, you've got the Orbitron. Those Orbitron planets are spinning quite well at the moment. I think they must have done work on them recently. And then on the right, you've got Autopia. And at the back of the land, you've got Star Tours and Mickey's Philarmagic. I might head to Philarmagic now, as that's something I'll be able to get in straight away. As when we're in the middle of the day right now, there's quite a few big queue lines everywhere. So it'd be nice to escape that. Oh, Space Mountain's on 20 though. Oh, maybe I'll go for a ride on here then. Hyperspace Mountain. Well, that disproved my point about there being big queues everywhere. It's good that this big old Vekoma roller coaster is only on a 20-minute queue. 15-minute for single rider apparently, but we'll go main queue. I am the same as everyone else. I do really wish they change it back to an actual Space Mountain instead of Hyperspace Mountain and get rid of the Star Wars overlay. That being said, I'm not as big a hater on Hyperspace Mountain as most people are. I think it looks okay. There's the Nautilus right there.
Attention space travelers.
Hyperspace Mountain was riding good there, but
I still don't think Disney have perfected the screens in the dark. Some of it you kind of go, oh, it's very obvious that they're just sort of, yeah, screens, but the projections in there are much better than the ones in Avengers Assemble Flight Force next door. That's for sure. I'm going to go into Mickey's Philarmagic now, as it's just at the backside of Space Mountain as you exit. I'm hoping these people going in means I'm catching them as they're actually entering the theatre, as opposed to being held for the next half an hour, as it says shows every half an hour and it's exactly 2 o'clock, and I think the shows are meant to be every half an hour on the button kind of thing. Let's find out, I suppose. It is now, because usually you would wait out here and see the screens, watch a little pre-show or some sort of advertisement straight into the theatre. Gosh. I enjoy Mickey's Philarmagic, but here it's not as impressive as at the other parks, because it's not actually in front of a proper stage with a red curtain like at the other parks, which peels back. Basically the story of the show is Mickey's putting on this concert, Donald steals his magical sorcerer's apprentice hat, and then mischief ensues because Donald's got to chase the hat across all these different Disney films. At the other parks like Florida and Tokyo, they have an actual proper theatre with red curtains, and they suddenly peel back when Donald goes into the film to reveal a much wider screen, but that just sort of projects the red curtains onto the screen, and then it peels back only slightly to show the full screen, which was originally hidden. I mean, even though you could tell that the red curtain was a screen in the first place. And at the end there's a Donald animatronic which gets fired, well, it looks like it's been fired to the back of the theatre. Obviously it was always there at the time. And then you all turn around at Tokyo and Florida, but in this one we don't have it, because back in the old days, that used to be, when I was a kid, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, which it very much isn't anymore. It's been a long time since it was that. Then it went through a weird transitionary period where it was a Star Wars show for a little bit, it was Captain EO for a while, until this Mickey's Philarmagic has been a bit more permanent the last few years. But yeah, I still like that show. That's a great thing to go do in the middle of the afternoon if you just want to have a nap. I mean, I didn't. I ended up enjoying it because I forget how much I enjoy that show, so I ended up watching the whole thing and didn't sleep. But I mean, it's nice to just spread your legs and get warm and cozy in the middle of an afternoon at Disneyland Paris in autumn. There goes the train on Hyperspace Mountain. I think I'm going to saunter back over to Fantasyland and brave one of those queues. Love that water. I was going to say waterfall. It's falling water, but it's not exactly the Niagara, is it? The external queues for Snow White and Pinocchio definitely got shorter, but I still don't want them to be external at all, so I might try Casey Jr. The queue for Casey Jr. is not too long, it's down there, but it says 45 minutes. It's sounding quite quiet around here, so I'm guessing it's only on one train. Yeah, definitely one train. Yesterday you couldn't stop seeing it go around. There was always one of them going around, and one of them's in the station and you can't hear anything anywhere else, so that'll be why it's on 45. Come back another day or later tonight. I'm still seeing loads of Premier Access going in, or I was a minute ago. They've just stopped. Who is buying Premier Access for this attraction? It eats people. Why do you need to skip this queue when it could move naturally on its own? Queue line not looking too bad at all. Straight down into the station from this little strip. Not in any of this cattle pen. Or this one.
Gebeten werden ausgesteigen. Dankeschön.
It really is a small world after all. Not sure where we're going next, but a word on It's a Small World. That is one of the better ones. I think I'd forgotten how dense those scenes are. There's very little sparse land with nothing going on in there. It's pretty full on, but I will say the best one is Tokyo. Tokyo was incredible, and it had the Disney characters as well, like the Californian one has, like the odd sprinkling of stylized Disney characters in the style of Mary Blair's puppets. But it also, when I was out there, had the Marvel overlay, which I thought I was going to hate. The I Am Groot, or like Groot Travels the World, I can't remember what it was called, where it was Groot's first time on Earth was the storyline, so he was going to all the different countries, and there was different Marvel characters. That was actually seriously cute in the end. Me and my friend Archie is not a Marvel fan at all, but he also thoroughly enjoyed it and thought it was very sweet, so yeah, that was an overlay done well. As I said, I wasn't really thinking about where I was going, but we appear to have ended up in Adventureland. My feet have naturally carried me that way, so it sounds like it's time for a ride on Pirates. Ahoy there, me hearties. Cancel last. Pirates had a 30-minute queue. Don't know what's going on there. It looked pretty big outside. So we're gonna keep on going, maybe to Phantom Manor, see how it's looking there. Because we know we'll be able to get on Pirates on a much shorter wait later tonight. I'm actually going to go for Le Cabane de Robinson. The Robinson's treehouse here. Now that's more like Niagara Falls. On our way back down now. Just a great little filler attraction. Gotta love a Disney walkthrough. When it's busy in the afternoon and you don't want to join an hour queue for something you know will have a 15-minute queue in the evening, head to some of these walkthroughs and attractions which aren't rides necessarily. Oh, Big Thunder Mountain, we'll get to you soon. I am very much looking forward to my ride later on tonight on that. .20 of Phantom Manor, which isn't too bad, but as I showed last night in the vlog, you can get on there pretty easily if you just wait till the end of the day. You practically can walk on. Mickey, in his Halloween costume, was meeting just here, but he's just gone inside, unfortunately. You have to do that via the virtual queue if you want to do that at the moment. You have to book that via the app instead of just turning up. Just popped to the toilet and I've come out and here he is. Looking very cool in that outfit, his Halloween costume. Blustery on Main Street, I apologise. Just noticed that you've got all these kind of Adventureland themed characters sort of near the entrance to Adventureland. It's a bit closer on that side. You have got the genie there, and there is an Aladdin walkthrough which I'll show you one of the days. So that's closer to the Adventureland actual entrance, but clever that they put the characters who belong to that area on that side of the plaza. You've got all the princesses at the front, in front of the castle. Well, the princesses and Maleficent, which of course makes sense considering she is the villain of Sleeping Beauty, which is the film that this castle is based off. Oh my goodness, Snow White has got a lot bigger. There was only like 20 people outside earlier when I considered it, but thought it'll be a bit quieter later. Oh dear. I think I might go for a sweet treat at the old mill. Went for some mini crepe and they were actually just under €6, so pretty good price I think. I beg your pardon, they were actually €6.50, not just under €6. They're okay, but they're a little doughy and not sweet enough for my liking, which you wouldn't think looking at it, you'd think that'd be heavenly looking at all the chocolate sauce, but yeah, not enough actual sugar on them. Or, I don't know, sugar inside the dough. It's, yeah, not doing much for me. Shame those mini pancakes weren't as good as I remembered them being a few years ago, but it was still nice to have a little sit down. Tell you where they are good. De Efteling in the Netherlands. If you want good mini pancakes, that's the place to be. We got about 50 minutes until Disney starts on parade, so I think I'm going to go for Star Tours, as I've just seen on the app it's 5 minutes, and then see if we have time for something else, but most likely then we'll just chill and then watch the parade. The stanchions have come out. Parade time is almost upon us. The quickest way to get to Star Tours is take a left here and head to the back of the area. Here's Videopolis, by the way, which is has a restaurant inside. It used to play cartoons while you eat. I don't know if it still does. Sometimes it has seasonal entertainment. The restaurant's mainly burgers and stuff. We might go in there at some point. Well, we'll go in there at some point on the trip. I don't know if we'll eat in there. I'll have a look one day. Here we go, a Yoda burger at the moment on the menu. Beef burger, Gouda cheese, green pesto, grilled courgettes, cucumber pickles, rocket salad, Doritos sour cream and green herb sauce. There you go. If you like Doritos and, what was it, pickled cucumbers or whatever it just said, that's the place to go, I suppose. Yeah, I'll be curious to see if they're still showing cartoons in there or not. I remember when we were younger, by day 4 on a trip, when it was the last day, my mum and dad would go in there basically just to nap because it's nice and warm and we'd just watch the cartoons. So here's this little Star Wars mini area at the back. Star Tours on the left here, 5-minute queue, and here's a meet and greet with Darth Vader. Looks like it says fully booked or something, so maybe that yet again you need to use the app these days for a virtual queue instead of just turning up. Please don't copyright strike me, Disney. There's something I just love about coming into Star Tours and having this carpet. It just feels so snug, like an actual classy airport lounge. That being the theme of the ride, that you're riding what is essentially an airplane for the galactic species of Star Wars.
And the latest IC360.
And you're going to all these different destinations.
Pas de me répéter toutes les 20 minutes. C'était un cauchemar.
Puis que tous vos effets doivent être placés dans le compartiment se trouvant sous votre siège. Pour vous attacher, tirez sur le cordon jaune pour dérouler la ceinture se trouvant sur votre droite et introduisez l'embout dans la boucle se trouvant à votre gauche. Pour votre sécurité, restez assis pendant toute la durée du vol et conservez votre ceinture attachée. Merci de bien surveiller vos enfants.
It's weird to think that gift shop, which you now exit into from Star Tours, used to be an arcade when I was younger. that Disney would miss the trick to make a lot of money when they're only making a little bit. I mean, what? You can only get €1 every 10 minutes from a air hockey machine, but if you're selling a lightsaber at €100 a pop, and you've got 4 stations set up, you're gonna make bank. Star Tours is a weird one for me because when I was younger, it used to make me feel a lot more sick than it does now. Now I actually quite enjoy that ride. And the 3D screens on there are really good, high quality. You really believe that this could be going on right in front of you as opposed to it all just being on the screen. I got Kashyyyk and Naboo on that run. If you don't know, Star Tours a few years ago changed so that, well, I say a few years ago, this is now going back a decade, changed so that you can get different scenes every time you go on there. Yeah, I don't think I get Kashyyyk and Naboo that much, so I quite liked that one. That was quite good fun. Of course, I say you get different scenes on there. That's only in theory. In reality, you could get the exact same one. I remember when it first started, my dad and I did like 4 laps in a row, and this was back when it did make me sick, and we were just trying to get a different scene, and we did it 4 times in a row, as I said, and I think we got chorus on every time, and another one every time. Can't remember which, and I was like, no, how can this be happening statistically? What's going on? They've still got the Constellations gift shop open, which is where you exit Buzz Lightyear laser blast from. Oh, it looks busy in there. I was going to say let's peek in, but maybe not right now. Let's instead try and find ourselves a place on the parade route, as we have 20 minutes. Turns out the parade's at 5:30, and now I've sat down, but I've got a really good spot. So I don't know if I should leave. I think I'm going to stay. I've got about 40 minutes to sit here and just enjoy the castle. Also, before I forget, Star Tours says no filming allowed. And that's in the pre-boarding, pre-show little robot woman who speaks to you. So what's been going on all these years with these vlogs? Have people been disregarding the rides, rules and attractions? That does not stand by me. That does not run by me.
Nous avons trouvé la magie.
Weird, the Frozen float's missing, I think. It's just ended abruptly, everyone's a bit shocked, like, what? Why did it end with the princesses? But in general, I thoroughly enjoy that parade.
a great little bop. One of the best musical pieces written for a parade, I think, for a Disney parade. Everyone's dancing along, that's always good fun. I was a little far back to see the movers on the ground, all the characters that were walking on the ground, but I had a great view of the floats with the castle behind there, so a worthwhile sacrifice. Oh, it is loud! But I might watch it again another day so I can see the characters who are the movers on the ground. As in, I'll get a spot which is a little closer to the front. But I was enjoying being sat down on the benches overlooking the castle stage just there. Was a nice, comfortable way to spend 40 minutes, just sort of decompressed. Anyway, now the trick is, you got to go back against the parade route, back to Small World, and try and sneak in the back of Fantasyland, get on Pinocchio or Snow White before the crowds on Main Street stop watching it. I can't believe Pinocchio is still external, but Snow White is very quiet by the looks of it, so I'm going to try and sneak in there quickly. Yeah, just filled up. Still looks good in there though, they're not using the whole cattle pen, so probably be about 10 minutes. Only queued about 10 minutes like I guessed. Gosh, my hair looks so silly after all the rain and wearing my hood this morning. She put me next to another single rider. Well, actually I was a single rider. She said, would you mind if I put another one next to you? And I said, that's fine. And it was just this 30-something-year-old woman who was on there and just having the best time. Just a huge smile on her face, like wow. And I thought, Disney magic, you know? For me, I've seen it 1,000 times, I still enjoy it. But I love riding with someone when it's their first time and seeing them go, this is special. And it is, they're not wrong, that's the correct reaction. Yeah, I am a sucker for classic tracked Disney dark rides, so we will definitely be doing Pinocchio and Peter Pan at some point today or during the rest of this trip. Although we certainly won't be doing Peter Pan's flight right now, as it has a 75-minute queue. I hope it's still open on early magic time. If so, I'll enter this park tomorrow and do it then. Heading back to Casey Jr. and Le Pays de Conte de Fées, just so you know, this area closes at 7:30. So earlier than the rest of the park, which closes at 9. That's always been the case as far as I'm aware. Yeah, I can't think of a time it's never not closed earlier than the rest of the park. Oh, also today, loads of these boats have covers on them. I assume maybe they kind of got waterlogged after this morning's downpouring when I was in the studios, because all the boats were on yesterday when I was here, but loads of them have tarpaulin on, so this ride's queue has been a lot bigger than what I would have expected today. Anyway, let's see about Casey Jr., shall we? Ah, it now says 15. On the app a minute ago it said 5. Looks like they're going up the stairs. I think we'll be okay here, even if it is on just the one train.
Nous nous dirigeons vers la gare. Veuillez rester assis jusqu'à la compagnie. Sommes-nous prêts, Casey?
Casey Jr.'s coming down the track, everybody. And he's doing it in the front row. Casey's here to fill every Jack and Jill. Every time he's funny, everywhere she's out. Everybody loves circus clowns. Time for time, Casey Jr. is back. Casey Jr. is back. Every time he's funny, everywhere she's out. Casey Jr. is back. Casey Jr. Da 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 da. Front row ride on Casey Jr. doesn't get much better than that. Although the rain has now begun, which is not the best, as you saw from the blobs of water spots that came on my camera during that ride. I'm gonna get some food now to try and get out of the rain, I think. Oh, and that was pretty painful actually queuing with it only on one train, but all worth it when I got that front row. He'd already loaded up most of the train, and then he was like, to the front? And I was like, the front? He's like, to the front? So I was like, yes. Because it had all been four, so he was putting them in the same carriage, and there was just a little two in the front, and that little two got taken by this little one. As much as it's not the best for filming, there is something particularly beautiful about the lights coming on and it raining at Disneyland Paris. The same goes for Adventureland as it did for Fantasyland. As the lights begin to turn on and it's raining, there's something so atmospheric about it. My goodness, I do love Disney. Gonna go to Colonel Hathi's Outpost. Now, every time I've been here, this place has been exclusively Italian food, pizza and pasta, but this time I've seen that they've got curry on the menu, which makes sense because the Jungle Book was obviously set in India. Curry being an Indian dish, in case the implication wasn't obvious to anyone. So let's see if this curry's any good. I love a curry. It's the British national dish. Ironically. Okay, so I got the menu butter chicken, comes with naan and a big drink actually. 18 euros, €2.70 off with my annual pass discount, came to €15.30. I also like the fact that these aren't souvenir cups that you can take home, so you don't get any money back for returning it, otherwise that'd be a real faff to try and return all your stuff. You get that at a lot of European theme parks. And this is the restaurant. Very pleasant. Sat by this big tree and then all these mural type paintings on the wall of different exotic spots. How fitting the sign will say "A bientôt, see you later," as I will see you later. That was very nice actually. I'm not saying it was the most exceptional curry I've ever had in my life, but I've had some good ones in my life, so you'd have to be pretty damn good to beat that, to beat some of the ones I've experienced. But pretty good. I would say yet again, just like the pasta yesterday, I thought it wouldn't be a very big portion looking at the bowl originally, and then as I kept going I was like, blimey, this bowl is like a well. It just doesn't stop. So it's quite a hearty portion, a Colonel hearty portion if you will. And then what else did I like? Oh, the Coke, that was what I was going to say. Disney Coke is always so crisp. But yeah, that was a real treat. Just exactly what I wanted when it was so rainy outside. Some warm home comfort food. And nice to see Disney doing more stuff which isn't just fries, you know? I'd like to not have 2 fry meals a day. It's nice to have something a bit different. Yeah, but I'd still say 18 euros is a little steep. I would have liked to have paid maybe 15 before discount, or 14, 13. That seems like a fairer price. But a good meal nonetheless. As I said, hit the spot. Yeah, again, when the park begins to dim like this and the lights come on, all I want to do is head to Pirates in this area. So that's what we'll do. Pirates of the Caribbean coming up next, I think. Nothing quite like a dusky ride on it. It's true what people say. It is a night ride, despite the fact that it's completely enclosed and a dark ride. so it shouldn't matter what time of day you ride it. There's just something so special about walking up to it with all these atmospheric lights and then going down the bayou. Definitely a night ride for me, adds to the atmosphere of it. This just feels right, going up to this ride with the rain coming down, night beginning to fall. Oh yeah. This is the best part of the Pirates queue line approaching here. As soon as you get into this building, that smell hits you, that Disney water. Nothing quite like it. Gosh, it smells so good. So very good.
Et maintenant, tas de fripouille. J'ai entendu 6. Qui offre 6? Bouge pas. J'ai plus dit ma carte.
Laisser autant d'or caché ici dans tous les coins. Quelques mécréants pourraient être tentés de le voler, non?
Yo ho, yo ho. Another great ride on the world's best pirates. By a long way. That one really takes the cake. Although, disclaimer yet again, I've not done the Shanghai one, I've not done the more technical one, I just mean of the traditional ones. But I do think that Pirate's just, it's the full package in a way that the others aren't. Even, you know, the land itself is almost an extension to the ride with the Pirate Galleon and Skull Rock, walking up to the ride, going into the castle fort, then the smell hits you as you walk through the queue line. The queue line's the most immersive of all of them because you're walking through the cells and seeing hanging corpses and stuff like that. And then you get on the ride, you actually get to go up the lift hill and all the rushing water going past you as you go up the lift hill, which I can't capture very well on the camera unfortunately. But it's just so cool. And then a double drop special. So you have your first drop and there's still some pleasure in the anticipation of knowing there's another drop to come as opposed to the others where you just get the one drop at the start. I just love that ride. And I'm also loving these festoon type things going on in tin cans. They're quite cool. Adventureland is super pretty. It's a shame that Indiana Jones is closed, as that always looks good at dusk and night time, but we will be back later in the year now that I have my Disneyland annual pass. I keep calling it an annual pass, it's just called Disneyland Pass now, not annual pass, but yeah, same difference I guess. I think it's finally time for me to give it a go. Big Thunder Maximus riding Big Thunder Mountain. The best one in the world. She's so dang pretty at dusk. Ooh, this is gonna be a good ride. Here we go. Special! Thank goodness it's a covered queue line once you get to this point for the bulk of the queue. As definitely not the nicest weather to be standing out in the cold at the moment. Merge point, what are we doing? Left or right? It's gotta be left, always go left. Oh, they know it's go left, look, they've jumped the fence. Not merge point, sorry, the deciding point. Cutting between whether you'd like to go left or right. The merge point's later on. Oh, left is looking like a real winner here. We're zooming past right. Blimey. Oh, blimey, we're still going. I almost feel bad for right. We're still going. I can't believe it. What pot luck. Wow. That was all right-hand lane and we just skipped it. Round 2. This is a big old Helix. You're gonna get some airtime here. Round number 3. Going back under the lake. Here we go. Woohoo! Bang! You don't see it, but inside the cave, which I just didn't film because it's pitch black basically, bar some neon bats. It's the quickest part of the ride. God, I love that ride. I think that is my favourite roller coaster in the world. Oh man, what a ride. Oh man, I don't know if I've ever gone that long without riding Big Thunder Mountain, 3 years. Ah, that was special. I like the Big Thunder Mountains wherever they are in the world. Tokyo's the second best, I'd say, but that one's just a whole nother level, I mean. Yeah, I think that's my favourite roller coaster of all time. It's just the perfect level of thrill yet family. You can't help but whoop and hey yeehaw the whole way around. I'm in shock. I'm in shock. It's such a good ride. So glad to be back on it. And got those slick tyres on in the rain. Zooming around the track. That was special. Wow. And now for another all-time classic, going on the Phantom. Gonna pop to the loo first. I'm gonna wee myself with excitement from that ride. Okay, for the sake of clarity, I did not wee myself. I got to the toilet in time. Here we go. This is a special experience as well. Not as special as BTM in the rain, but it's up there. Gosh. That is atmospheric.
Venga, Samu, venga, venga, mi amor.
Oh gosh, that's gothic. With the music and the wind effect blowing, rain pouring down, hearing it hit the leaves. Wow. What secrets await in the manor?
When hinges creak in doorless chambers, you may not believe it, but beauty once lived in this house. Phantom Manor a connu des jours heureux, et les temps changés. And now, curious souls, come, I have more to show you. Entrez, braves mortels, et visitons ensemble ce fameux manoir. Awaits us farther on, and she's dying to meet you.
Oh my goodness. That dark ride, I said it yesterday, but it's one of the greatest pieces of storytelling in themed entertainment ever created. The whole story being Henry Ravenswood, the father of the house, doesn't want his daughter to marry. Is it out of sexual jealousy? Just a father not wanting to share his daughter? Is it to do with the wealth he's accumulated? Because he was the one who established Thunder Mesa as a mining town by setting up mines on Big Thunder Mountain. That's why it's all interconnected. We don't know. There's a bit of a mystery to it. But that's the fun. That's what storytelling should be. It shouldn't be too obvious. It should just be little hints for you to pick up and make of it what you can. Those are the best kind of films. And those are definitely the best kind of attractions, given this is one of the best themed lands, if not the best, in the world, that it's all under this one interconnected story. So, rumour on the app has it, Big Thunder Mountain's on a 5-minute queue. Might get some rerides in, got 38 minutes till park close, and the fireworks won't have the drones again, so I don't think I'll bother watching them tonight. Save it for another night when the drones are back on. Amazing. 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 This is what you want to see. Straight down the staircase and into the station, it really is walk on. Oh my goodness. I've just had 3 back-to-back rides. I'm going for a 4th. And it's almost 9, so I think we'll have fireworks on the ride.
Folks, please keep your hands and arms inside the train.
Et attendez bien qu'on vous dise de descendre.
Yeehaw. Oh man, Big Thunder Mountain was very good to me just then. 4 rides on slick tyres in the wet. And then had some fireworks as I don't know how well the camera picked them up, but I had some fireworks as well. Thank you, Miguel. God, that is the best ride going. What a lot of fun that was. Oh, fireworks are illuminating thunder for us. Just over yonder. Right, I'm going to pop to the loo and then maybe catch the end of the fireworks. We'll see what the crowds are looking like. This is the definition of a good time, going where the crowds aren't at Disney. Nothing more special than this right now. Soloing Big Thunder Mesa. Well, almost soloing, except this gentleman in a poncho. That's not on brand. Where's your well, I was going to say poncho, but I meant the woolly kind of ponchos cowboys wear, not the plastic kind. Seriously special. Oh man, no one does night times in theme parks like Disney. Right, I'm just going down a secret little side pathway. Oh, I love these posters. I'm just going down the mountain. I'm just going down a secret little side pathway onto Main Street. Instead of going through the main wooden gates, on the right hand side, there's a slight little path. Now on Main Street. Sounds like the fireworks are still going on. Beauty and the Beast section at the moment. Sort of need a wee. We're going to go into this. Oh, because the other one was closed, by the way. Going to go into. I don't have a really bad bladder. Just going to go into the toilets here in this little arcade. Then maybe catch the very end of the fireworks. These little arcades are a lifesaver in the winter when it's raining and cold. They run on both sides of Main Street, but I'll show you on one of the other vlogs to come them in detail. Right, so I took the arcade all the way to the end of Main Street. Now I'm going to join at the back to watch from here.
You see, he lives in you.
La véritable magie se trouve en chacun de nous. Alors partez à sa recherche et répandez-la autour de vous.
Find your magic, embrace it, and pass it on.
Those have got to be new spotlights they've got. They look amazing. Wow. Goodness gracious me, that's magic. Is he going to propose? Now's his chance! Right, so after exiting the hotel, you go straight opposite it, then you enter Disney Village. Disney Village starts with Walt Disney on this side and ends with the hotels on the other side. You'll then take a left here and head towards the bus stops, which are right opposite that train station. So there's the train station. Sorry, it's a bit blurry. It's raining very heavily. And then these are all the bus stops. I'm 2233, letter K for mine, is the platform I'm looking for. See, this is what makes me think in yesterday's vlog when I said that Romanian couple had to pay cash for the partner hotels. It didn't sound right to me. That's a partner hotel bus from what I just saw on the front of it, and it's absolutely rammed. It didn't look like people were paying to get on, they were just kind of piling in. So anyway, platform K, 2233, Val d'Europe. Val d'Europe. I did get an A in my French GCSE, you'll never believe me, but it's true. It's saying the next one is in 34 minutes. So I probably could have gone to Disney Village for a while, but that's okay. It's raining so bad. I'm going to take you for a proper tour around Disney Village tomorrow, I think, but I'll explain all that back in the hotel and give a little review of the fireworks. A second day review after first day being quite mixed on it. So this is the bus stop, and that's the hotel. It doesn't get better than that, does it? Right, just back at the hotel. I think my shoes have had it. No wonder I felt my feet particularly damp and cold today. Gonna have to get some new kicks when I get back to London. In better news, I'm now back at the hotel feeling nice and warm. Well, almost nice and warm, a little bit damp still. I'll feel nice and warm in a second. I might have a nice hot shower before I go to bed. Yeah, another great day at Disneyland Paris, and nice and easy to get back to the hotel there. Definitely would recommend this place. I'll throw up its name again right there. Very cozy and easy to get to on the bus once you work out how to get the French public transport, which I will show how to use the app in maybe tomorrow's video or the day after. Or the day after that. We've still got 3 more days of fun to come. Who's excited? I am. Anyone else? What? Why can't I hear anyone? It's okay. You don't have to be as excited as me. But I'm excited. Yeah, those last few rides on Phantom Mountain, they were pretty special, huh? 4 laps around on it in the pouring rain, and then some fireworks at the end. That was a great way to end the day. Yeah, and then I walked down Main Street, as I was saying in the vlog, used that side street, and got to the end of Main Street, or well, the beginning of Main Street, depending on which way you're looking at it, and could see the projections which they've now got on the buildings in Main Street for the new fireworks show, and they looked really great. And to be honest, I kind of preferred watching the fireworks there, even the half of the show I saw, even though I didn't watch the whole thing, than I did the day before, because as I said yesterday, it was all just a little too busy, and people, a lot of bad etiquette waiting for the fireworks yesterday. Whether back at the top of Main Street there, people had a lot more room to just move. Like, people were dancing. No one was dancing yesterday. You couldn't move. You were like this. No one was dancing. So that was really great. I think I'd definitely like to watch them again at the end of Main Street like that. And hopefully it won't rain. I've still got 2 more nights here. Because I'll be leaving, I don't know, about 4-ish on the Friday. So hopefully the weather will remain clear one night so I can see the drones, which are meant to accompany the fireworks show at the end of the day. But yeah, enjoying that fireworks show even more now I've seen that it doesn't have to be a sort of sardine squishing horrible situation. You can still see that show without having to get there particularly early and still have a great view. Now they've got projections all along the side of Main Street. So that's great. Well done, Disneyland Paris. Thank you very much for watching, I guess, is the only thing left to say. It feels like you've watched me for far too long. You don't need to watch me for any longer. I'll let you go. Stick around. There's going to be more. I've got 3 more days. We'll be showing you around Disney Village at some point as well, probably tomorrow's vlog. I might be going to dinner with my friend Paola because she lives in Francais in Paris, so she might be coming up to Disney Village for dinner tomorrow, depending on how her work schedule's looking. So I might use that as an excuse to take you guys around Disney Village. If not, I'll take you around some other time. And we've still got some more rides to do. We've still got to do Pinocchio, and we've got to see the Frozen show in studios. So, oh, and Peter Pan as well. Going to try and rope drop that tomorrow with early magic time on the Disneyland Gold Pass. So stick around. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.